In this chapter of CSS, we will discuss about the colors. Colors are basically one of the very important aspects whenever we talk about the formatting or giving some attractive look to our web page. So, we will learn how and what are the different ways of passing the color for a specific element of the HTML. So here we have 4 different ways of doing the same. First is passing the hexadecimal code, short hexadecimal code, RGB absolute, and keywords. As we know, like whenever we talk about a color, all the colors are made up of 3 basic colors, that is red, green and blue. So this RGB combination here will help us out in forming the different colors which we can make. So hexadecimal, short hex code and RGB absolute, that is the red, green, blue absolute, and the keywords. Keywords will help us out in writing the name of a specific color. So here is a short example. Like the first one is hex code, where we can see, like I'll start with hash and then I will follow 6-digit value. Alright, that will be from 0 to F anything. Alright, like if I'll put 0 means red, green, blue, all are not participating in this thing, so it is going to be black. The first 2 is for the red. As you can see, when I put F in the first 2, it is red, remaining are 0. Similarly, if red and blue are 0, means first 2 is for red, next 2 is for green, and last 2 is for blue. So here the mid 2 is for green, so it is going to give you green. Similarly, if you have F in the last and 0 for the remaining, it is going to be blue. Now let's come to the short hexadecimal, where in spite of passing 6-digit value, we'll pass 3 values only, but again followed by hash itself. So 000 means none is participating, that's black. Again, first for red, second for green, and third one is for blue. Then it is RGB absolute, where I will use this RGB function and will pass 3 different parameters. The first value, first number is for red, second is for blue, second is for green, and third is for blue. So again, this is the RGB. The value can vary from 0 to 255. So if I'll pass 255 in the first, that means it's going to be red, second it's for green, third value is for blue. You can pass different values in all the 3 parameters to get the different colors available. Keywords. Keywords means you can write the name of the color. That is the simplest way, but it will restrict some of the color variants. Like for example, if you write red, it will give you absolute red, not any other variant which is somehow equal to red. Alright, so this is the keywords. If you want to make some more color combinations, you can use these things. So whenever you want to give the color to the text or to particular background, you can write one of these way of passing the color. So in our next video onwards, we will start working with the colors in a different manner. So far, when we were discussing about CSS, we covered the colors in that. So there we checked what are the different ways of passing a color with the name or using the hexadecimal code. Now here in CSS3 again we are discussing about the colors, but here we will check something different. Like here we will see how to manage the opacity of any particular color, like you want to make it 100% opaque or maybe somewhat transparent. So let's see what all new features are there regarding the colors in CSS3.
So as far as the colors are concerned with CSS3, here we have the same concept as we were having in the normal CSS, that is we can use the RGB in order to create the various colors. Like here you can see the first parameter is again for red, then G, that is green, and then third one is for the blue. But you can also notice there is a 4th parameter out here which is newly added with RGBA, which is in CSS3. So as far as this alpha is concerned, it will tell you about the how transparent or how opaque you want there to be for a color. Alright, so let's save it for now and let's refresh here. So you can see that this is red, green and blue, but not to the extreme. There is some sort of lightness in the color. That's because of the transparency. If I will increase the value out here, minimum it will be 0, maximum it will be 1, and in between you can give you the decimal value. So as you can see, as I increase the value, it is darker in shade. Similarly, if I will give you 1 here, so it will be at its max, that is the proper red, green and blue. So let's save, and you can see this is the actual color, and as less value I'll give, like 0.1, 0.1 and 0.1. so this will be the lightest shade available in the RGB, like this. Alright, so this is about the transparency. Similarly, you can also use the opacity keyword out here in order to set the opacity. Like here you can see I'm doing the similar thing, but here I'm using another style. I'm using similar RGB method, not RGBA, and apart from that I'm using another keyword, that is opacity, and I'm passing the value 0.6. Alright, so when I'll refresh, you can see it is 0.6, and again, like in alpha we were passing 0.3, 0.3, I can do that as well in the opacity. So these are the things, this is how it will be displayed. Another way of passing the values here for the color, we have the HSL, that is hue, saturation and lightness. So basically in the first parameter, that is hue, you can pass the values like 0, 120, 240, 360. You can pass any values in between also, but these are things which will give you the absolute colors, like 0 and 360 will give you red, 120 will give you green, 240 will give you blue. So as here you can see in this current example, I'm using 120, so that means I'm going to set the green. After that, you can make the changes in the saturation and lightness, like how light you want that particular color. Alright, so let's save it and see the output in the browser. So here you can see green, normal green and dark green, just because of the change in the lightness in the third parameter. So these are the new things, these are the new ways using the colors in the CSS3.